Yahoo and Sundance have partnered in an effort to bring the Sundance Film Festival to a mass audience. Throughout the festival, which will begin January 19th, Yahoo will feature exclusive content on several of its sites. And to tell us more about this partnership and what it means for both Yahoo and Sundance, Sean Phillips, the Yahoo head of movies and kids, is joining us now by way of Skype. It's great to have you today, Sean.
Thanks very much for having me.
You're very welcome. Well, what does the partnership between Yahoo and Sundance consist of?
Well, this year, it's our biggest endeavor ever in this type of sort of festival coverage and partnership. So we're super excited. First and foremost, there's going to be a Yahoo Audience Award for the shorts competition. So this is sometimes an underappreciated category, mind you. They get an award just the same as everyone else at the Sundance Festival itself. But for us, I think this is a really great way of, one, having really cool content by up-and-coming filmmakers. And so we actually, on the movie site, we get to start telling a story around these filmmakers, because a lot of them end up doing big-budget motion pictures as well. Right. So there's a really big, cool element around that. And also gives our audience a chance to interact and, to have their voice. Because there's definitely, this isn't just your typical poll on the internet. This is one that actually has stakes, and they get to say, we think this is the best one. And so we're going to have 11, 12 short films, and they'll range in length from about 6 to 15 minutes, all over the board. The creative powers behind them. They have interests and initiatives that come from everywhere. So it's really something for everyone. And like I said, and then Yahoo user really gets to have their own voice in this.
That's great. And I understand that OMG Now, there will also be coverage there as well.
What's fabulous about that is OMG Now, one of the most, if not the most popular program on the internet. They're actually going to be on site in Park City, and they'll actually be presented both on OMG, but also on the movies presentation. So on the movie site, there will also be a Sundance destination that features all sorts of different content. It will be, we'll have photos and video, different kinds of articles. We have some talented journalists that are going to be on the scene as well. And then, of course, OMG Now. And, they're going to have a lot of fun with it. There are a lot of celebs at Sundance. They're up in their, their furry trimmed hats and their fluffy boots and everything. And it's a great way to see them. And they're actually, in all the years I've gone, the celebs are really accessible there. They're having a lot of fun. They're skiing. They get to actually pick up a lot of free stuff. They're there to support their movies and their friends who are in the movies.
And this partnership is similar to the partnership with Summit Entertainment regarding the premiere of the Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn, right?
Well, it's another example of how we're bringing an event to an even larger audience, that goes out of just the typical fan base. Twilight benefited from an already sizable fan base, of course, but we were able to take it and maximize it through a lot of the stuff we do best. Once we really get motivated, it's the benefits of being a big company, right? We can have, we had a lot of marketing endeavors on the scene, editorial. We created more content around that event than for any film we've ever done. And of course, there was the live premiere itself, the anchor of our event. And that went out to millions of people during the event, and it really it looked so good. It looked like Entertainment Tonight was doing it. So it was something we were really proud of. And so this is a slightly different style of event, but it's another way of one, demonstrating our editorial prowess, and it's something that we've had for a long time, but we're now starting to have these interesting outlets to really show off. And it's actually another deal by Ross Levinsohn. He got involved. He's he's our leader. He's the guy that wants us to be the premier media company, and it's something he did actually with Robert Redford at Cannes last year, and we kind of signed the deal to be this big representation at Sundance itself this year, and so it's all really exciting for me. I've been at Yahoo Movies for a while, and kind of running our show for a while, so these For me, I'm just ecstatic about it all.
Well, that's great. Well, on the consumer side, how obvious will this partnership be to general consumers coming to Yahoo?
I think it'll be very obvious. Our front page is a great traffic driver. Obviously, like 200 million people come there every day. So they will also be featuring this kind of content, which is great exposure for the festival itself. And they they've benefited from a cool niche kind of following, and with a great, of course, Robert Redford started the thing, so it has a great pedigree. And again, there's been a lot of Tarantino's movies started there. There's a great history there, even though it only dates back to the early '80s when they first started. But it has become very slowly a bigger and bigger event, and now we're able to, I think, take them to the next level.
So what is Yahoo's goal with this partnership?
Again, it's to delight our audience and bring awareness. I think it's always the combo. Like it's something we believe in, so people should know about it. And again, we're really fundamentally behind this because it's in support of the creative process, which is fundamentally an awesome thing, and bringing it to the broad scope, right? Which is one of our fortes. So something we're not as known for yet, but again, we're hoping to build that presence. Is starting with what the cool content is, and the tastemakers, and really getting them excited to be part of our presentation and our process.
Right. So as you said, just furthering Yahoo's mission of providing more original content.
Right, and this is not only a sort of the shorts category, a little less known, a little perhaps underappreciated. We're definitely going to bring the notoriety, and it's something that's totally underexplored. So this is not. There's not going to be a saturated market for this. We're being very selective in the things we choose and how we choose to do them. Even in the case of Twilight, right, a really broadly known title, but online red carpet premieres still pretty much in their infancy as far as the production and the availability of them. So there's a lot of different ways that we're capable of. If it's a big title, we can still bring about different elements from that big title to a greater audience. And if it's something of a smaller topic or essence, we can also do the same there, right? Like there's a lot of different levers we can pull here. It really actually brings our company completely together. I think this really galvanizes a lot of the initiatives of people internally here, which, again, as you can tell, I'm pretty enthusiastic about this, and
great.
It's across the board here. I think we're feeling a little unleashed, if you will.
So do you agree with the New York Times piece that suggested that Yahoo's hope with this move was to rebrand itself? Is that something that you could agree with?
I don't think that's unfair to say.
Okay.
There's no bones around the fact that we have long been known as a technology company, right? And search was the priority, and we were a leader in mail, and all these things like that. And it's the dawn of a new time when people have a lot of choices when it comes to getting their information and being entertained. And we should be playing our proper role, especially because none of our direct sort of internet competitors are doing that. There are you have YouTube where you can watch a lot of video. You still have Google, obviously dominant in what they do. Facebook. We have to find our area, and fortunately, we already started with a lot of assets. We didn't have the opportunity to expose as much, and as we gain momentum, we're building a lot more relationships with really key external partners, whether those be magazine titles or movie studios or everything. We're really nurturing a lot of new relationships, and I think the dividends are really going to start to show, especially in 2012.
So we should expect more partnerships going forward.
Absolutely. That is the goal. And we're starting to build. What's interesting, right, when you do stuff for the first time, the blueprints are vague, right? You don't have necessarily the perfect template, but we are figuring that out. And so it's actually going to become, sort of the scale of them and the efficiencies of those. We're going to be able to pull it off more and more. And so, this is Sundance. It's the first of the year. So, do expect much more from us.
All right, Sean, thank you so much for talking with us. And we look forward to seeing all the festivities at Yahoo.
Absolutely, yeah. And don't forget your boots if you're going to Sundance.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Reporting for WebProNews, I'm Abby Johnson.